trees and shrubs cut with Paul Bunyan Tree Service. That's Paul Bunyan Tree Service, 706-937-TREE. That's 937-8733. And I'm Sorgene 12, Chief Meteorologist, Manager 4.
Radio 92.7.
It's the moment you've been waiting for. Sam Jordan's New to Radio 92.7 Sports now.
Well, good evening to you. Welcome to Sports Talk with Sam Jordan. We're glad to have you along. And with us tonight is the president of Talladega Super Speedway. They've got a big race coming up next weekend. Actually, they've got 3 great races going on next weekend. And with me on the phone, live from Talladega, is none other than the president of Talladega Super Speedway, Mr. Grant Lynch. Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me on tonight.
Not a problem. Lot of great things in Talladega that fans can experience. It is one of the more intimate tracks that I have been able to witness in my career in broadcasting. I have a little bit more of affection for Pocono and Dover and Watkins Glen because living in the Northeast for such a long time. And it's been a few years since I've got to talk to you, Mr. Lynch, but Talladega is one of those tracks here in the South that you always have excitement going on, no matter if it's before the race, during the race, or after the race. Is that right?
Well, times like that, I think with us being the biggest racetrack and we've held a lot of the competition elements in NASCAR for many, many years. And as we've gone through before they put restrictor plates on, it was known for, a speed track and everything when Bill Elliott was setting all those records and everything. But then once the restrictor plates came on, it kind of became a competition track because we packed the cars together and it changed the way they raced. And at times it's been not as entertaining as others, but when they got it right and they were making all those passes, pretty entertaining when you have 88 leads, 88. And one of the 29 different drivers actually led a lap that race. So, and then you start looking at all that we have 2,700 acres, so we can do things with our camping that other people just can't do.
This is one unique experience, personal level that you. If you as a first time, what would be the thing would make sure that?
Well, if you can get down on the racetrack and it'll inside, for the pre-race to see how big Talladega is. You have SEC inside Talladega Super Speed. You have to cut the last 2 up and put them everything. But it's just seeing the property campers can see, and we have the biggest and widest seat car. Our lower grandstand inches wide each, and our tower seats is wide. And when you get, you can see all the way across the Cheaha Mountain, the tallest mountain, and the view from up there is just spectacular.
Other than an Alabama or the city of Burns City in Alabama, correct?
At one time, we were a little bigger in probably the late 2007 or so. We were a little bigger numbers are now. Now we'll be the second sales events out of our company has 20 cup dates, Monster Energy Series cup dates, and we'll be the non-sales toner.
That's amazing. Where do you see direction of NASCAR? I mean, yes, you could say some of the older tracks. I mean, we've learned and there's been other tracks, and just having one Hampshire, which is unfortunate. I mean, through with NASCAR for a long that a possibility at Talladega is the way that Talladega is laid out is being a big ticket. Do you see your track or maybe other tracks within the family of super speedway?
Northward went away, but Darlington, the race. I don't think Talladega is in danger of losing a race, and I think Ford is kind of it's pretty solid right, and they're running that, and New Hampshire gave up two because Vegas, the Hotel Pension Bureau, $22 a year to get the date to move to Vegas. That's how the date got moved from Loudon, and they were struggling a little up there for both the races. But I think Talladega, we're pretty strong being the second and third ticket sales of our 20. So I feel good about Talladega.
With the launchers, go through this every so often. Retired here last, and Tony Stewart, and that makes other the person can relate to, or been a good blended change in the last several years?
I think a little bit of both. Certain people certainly have a game coming up at the same time. And NASCAR next program, about probably 6 or 7, trying to bring more diversity to the drive sport. And we're for the national championships in the last year, and Bubba Wallace second, with Americans finished in a Cup Series race. So we're seeing some diversity work its way in. They're coming up through the very part of us doing better, and because when you look at all these young people that are coming in now, they've got to had he has I guess the second biggest name for a Talladega. Earnhardt was not senior. Junior was at Talladega, but certainly Elliott's always been well at Talladega.
Getting a little bit of heat for not being worse. Juarez and Bubba Wallace, female that's racing in the Monster Energy. Do you feel like that try to put female up there sooner than later?
I don't know if as many folks to come in to the sport from 5. If you think about Tiger Woods, he run, but it didn't dramatically make up of the single. I think anybody that shows diversity in sport is good for the sport.
Do you think we'll ever see owners have daughter we rate of him being an African more the minorities become a NASCAR franchise?
Have is an African American driver consistently, like Tiger did on the tour. He from African Americans going dramatically, and then working with Dr. Dr. Jesse Lewis, who's a minor in Birmingham, and he's a paper in Alabama, ran it for many years, 93, and he's helped minority efforts over, Alabama and around the South. That we've kind of tried to be more deep. We've done more.
So NASCAR, it does have a lot of its stars. Do you feel that we're diversity having longer where it's going to be dream?
Interesting. Our friends that do the Vision ISM, they actually have recognition on the cameras that boards from all over our property and about the makeup of our fans. But they can tell you that the board told us that you are African Americans, that you're racist, which makes me feel great. Hard to do that. So us and the other tracks, we run, and we're seeing an effort not in the cars, but to get them to the track as well. And forth.
Now where Monster Energy signed up for another year through the 2019 as being the title sponsor. Teams are out there competing against NASCAR and also against yours. How hard is it, organizations, for tracks such in general to get those, because it takes and with the track having that on the it's got to be difficult. True.
Well, yeah, because it used to maybe take multiple, some with a char. Everybody's selling to the various sponsors that come through the sport. We're still one of the most healthy sports in the fact turn better values than our sports, because you can put sport, so to speak. So, and the Lord, our fans always ranks at the highest of all the majors. And our TV, of course, we a week, 16 games?
Yeah.
So they market, but everybody, so our numbers are only behind the NFL as far as people who watched a week. But there is some people. It's a team trying to get a sponsor from us, and we don't mind going after one of theirs too. So there's a lot of that.
A friendly competition, in other words.
Yeah, it and of course, international racing and owns 12 racetracks is NASCAR, and they own NASCAR. They own a little bit more.
BM World is on Xfinity on Saturday, and then of course the Monster Energy Cup Series race on. We've got a promotion going on where if people text 33222, you can get in tickets to see those 3 hotel accommodations and restaurant. Big Talladega weekend, and how much prep does it go into getting ready for a NASCAR?
The place up probably, and we continue all the way up. And our races are pretty well. Got a great 5 months or more split kind of equally. But as soon as we get ready for our race, our packages will hit everybody's mailbox the race, and we're starting right. So you're going to get your renewal package right when you get home from the race. It's sitting there waiting.
Wow,
That's exactly right.
A little bit about more 5 minutes left here in this segment. Talladega, the fan all kinds of different memorabilia. The food, I'm telling us, I mean, they really have got items for not dollar. I mean, a lot more than just that. Just a lot of great entertainment. What do you have lined up here for?
Well, it's 3 races and kicking at 5 o'clock. That's followed by our first party of the week, called the Big One event, where we big float, and the TV in town will go get on the float as well, and park it over there by the Miller, and then we think up all to do in our infield, and everybody just a wonderful time, and the things they do. We've had Jello wrestling, and some people eat these giant, and then we do that just to kind of kick the week off. Saturday, with up there, Uncle Cracker is playing in our night. The great news Saturday night is your Sunday you into the infield of Talladega Saturday night. Cracker value for that purchase, and then we roll into Sunday with the guy like 500, and we had 2 pack military package, a first responders package, program. Okay, so all those things are there, and we talk about and everything else, but we have alcohol campgrounds.
You always have to experience again housing to Talladega.
On Sunday, there'll be an honest 120,000.
All right, so yeah, it is. So tickets are still available for is they're true.
Yeah, and the best thing for we've been talking. We do site Talladega Super Speedway.com. You can see all the things that are, and then once you do that, call us at 877-EGA. The world says data, and we tickets.
All right, Mr. Grant Lynch has been with you, president of Talladega Super, and when fans go down there, they will just they will cheer for a long time, because Talladega, it is truly.
We'll try to treat you as good the Southern hospitality as we.
Again for talking with us, and we wish you the best here, and then next week and talk to you again in the fall before the fall run.
Tonight.
All right, thank you very much. Talladega, and as not forget, you can NASCAR to 33222 in the running to win tickets for race in a monster next weekend. Not this weekend. That Friday, 27th. We have hotel accommodations in, and then a combo while you're down there. So great package that you can win. Or they have got the boys in Eagles garb. That's Hayden Clark, Nick LaFew. Here on Sport. Listening wherever you may be throughout the Tennessee Valley. We got a lot more coming your way on the other side of the break. News updates coming up next with Russell or Val, one or the other, here on Nuga Radio 92.7 FM.
The Tennessee Valley's news talk leader, Nuga Radio, Digital FM 95.3 HD4 and 92.7 FM.
3, 2, 1.
Nuga Radio, Digital FM 95.4, 92.7 FM's news now.
A 61-year-old Chatsworth man, David King, years behind federal bars for his role in a meth distribution ring operated out of Hawkins, Tennessee. Jones pled guilty, admitting to being responsible for at least 1.5 kilograms of methamphetamine, in all charged in a large meth operation with distribution spanning from Georgia to Tennessee. A family of 6 was left homeless after a fire swept through their home on Linden. Firefighters reportedly saw through a wall to get to put it out. The Red Cross is assisting the family. A water main on Main Street for businesses and a road closure. Some businesses between Market Street and Washington were affected. Workers were repairing a valve that was leaking when it broke, causing the main to go back to the 1930s. Val St. John for Nuga Radio News Talk 92.7 News Now.
Chattanooga Morning News with Russ and Val, weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on Nuga Radio FM.
Chattanooga weather.
Expect clear skies to continue through chilly overnight. And couldn't see a little patchy frost by morning. For Friday, though, a beautiful day. Lots of sunshine, highs settling into the upper 60s. For Saturday, mostly sunny, nice and pleasant, highs near 72. And now's a great time to get those unwanted trees and shrubs cut with Paul Bunyan Tree Service. That's Paul Bunyan Tree Service, 706-937-TREE. That's 937-8733. And I'm Sorgene Welsh, meteorologist, Manager 4.
Nuga Radio 92.7.
Here's what advertisers are saying.
Nuga Radio.
Radio station, they really care. They're always calling me probably once a week, checking on me, seeing how things go on, see if they want to change any of the ads or do anything different, seeing what my needs are. I've gotten business off the ads that you do for me, and seems to be working well at this point.
Prices were very fair. Areas in this town that we aren't able to get other ways, your radio station is able to help us out, and I really appreciate that.
We've been very pleased with the services we've got. It seems like everybody over there cares about what they're going to do, how it's going to work for us on this end, and we've been very impressed with the creativity of the ads that we've heard, and they always seem to be right on point.
Been doing business with News Talk Radio for quite some time. It's the best place and the best value you can get for your advertisement. The commercials are great. They're very professional. I was actually blown away.
The commercial that they put together was awesome. It was way far above all the other radio stations we've dealt with. The best we've had yet, I guarantee you.
The Tennessee Valley's news talk leader, Nuga Radio, 92.7 FM.
We just started a family and we're already planning for the future. Michael Levy has helped pave the way to keep on track. He's local, he knows us, and cares about what's important to us. Don't put your future on hold. Call Michael Levy, 779-7755.
Hear that? It's not what you think. That, my friend, is the new 2018 Indian Chieftain Dark Horse. Yes, Indian Motorcycle. It's more than a bike. It's an American icon. And Indian Motorcycle of Chattanooga is the only place you'll find their new 2018 line. There's also a great selection of pre-owned bikes ready to roll and all the gear you need to hit the open road. If you're thinking of joining the club, go to Indian Motorcycle of Chattanooga. Just look for the sign on 153 and Amnicola. Indian Motorcycle, the true American original.
Chattanooga Paint and Decorating would like to remind you it's that time of year again. Spring has sprung, summer just around the corner. The temperature is perfect for outdoor entertaining. But are you ready? Is your house a little dingy? Does your fence need a coat of stain? Is your deck showing wear? If you've got work to do, Chattanooga Paint and Decorating can help. For exterior paint, stains, sealants, and supplies, stop by Chattanooga Paint and Decorating today on Hickson Pike across from Valvoline or on ChattanoogaPaint.com. Get an extra 10% off. Just say you heard it on the radio.
Mom's Furniture, her boxes of paperback romances, Mom's Estate. Oh, call Dan. Dan will help you get on with your life. Let Dan clear the old house, take care of everything. He'll hand you a nice check. 314-4034. Dan, the cleanup man. 314. In this moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with state, another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance, someone you can call when bad stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Let Goss Insurance in Chattanooga help you today. GossInsurance.wordpress.com. Goss, representing Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. GossInsurance.com. Goss. GossInsurance.com, representing Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. 875-2500, 875-2500.
Nuga Radio.
Are you brain dead? Still voting for pathetic liberals? Take 3 hours of Sean Hannity from 3 to 6.
Nuga Radio.
Then call us in the morning between 9 and 11.
92.7.
Nuga Radio. It's the moment you've been waiting for. Sam Jordan's Nuga Radio, 92.7 Sports. Now.
Well, it's that time once again. Let's make sure we squeeze him in. I don't know. He might squeeze us out, Hayden. It's time to talk Chattanooga Eagles football. And we've got over on my far right, that would be Nick LaFew, who's wiping his brown pony's hat down to cover up the bald spots. I'm just kidding. And then right here next to me, my immediate right, is the head coach, Hayden Clark. Hey, long time.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. We have got our final exhibition game of the season coming up Saturday night. Eastridge High School, Tennessee Cobras.
Yes, sir.
Now, it's not a team you're going to take lightly, I'm assuming.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. You know, they're doing a lot of good things. They've improved a lot since we last saw them. So I expect it to be a really fun game.
What do we know about the Cobras?
I mean, honestly, not a whole lot. I know they got some young guys. You know, they had one of their quarterbacks go and get an actual coaching job for a college team. He was a really good athlete. But I know they got a lot of speed, O-line and D-line. So, I mean, it should be a really, really good test for us, especially preparing us into the following week against Huntsville.
And if you can't get past the Cobras and you're going right to and the Rockets, I mean, it could be a long season.
Yeah, it could be. You're right. I mean, we got the first 3 games of our season, if we started now, you got the Cobras, you got the Rockets, and then you got the Bulldogs. So that's a gauntlet. These next 3 weeks are going to be a tough stretch.
Now, if things don't go well, it's time to get a new GM, right?
100%. He's fired.
No, Nick's a great guy. I can't wait for Saturday night to get here. Saturday's going to be a busy day for us.
Yeah,
we're going to be at Bugapalooza over at Camp Jordan, and then we're going up the street to Eastridge High School for the game with you guys. Mm-hmm. And as soon as that's over with, then we join in progress with our NASCAR racing. So you guys are preempting NASCAR for a lot of people. So that's awesome. This is something that you better do well.
Yeah, we're definitely on the edge, and we'll make everybody proud of it.
And Nick's saying, yeah, maybe we need a new coach then. No. Nick, you're too quiet over there. I know you have a lot to say.
Always.
One word response.
Always.
Okay. But how are season ticket sales going for you guys?
Well, we're not really promoting like a season ticket type thing. Particularly, normally we just give folks an opportunity just to come to the game. We only charge $10 to get in, and kids are free anyway. So it's more of just kind of a ticket, and especially with us moving locations this year, things like that kind of took precedent over trying to get a season ticket sale.
Now, you had been playing at Chattanooga Central last year, and then you played in the one exhibition game at Chat Central. Now you're playing, correct?
Correct. Yes, sir. We moved. Have a good relationship with the head coach there, Courtney Braswell, who was at Central before, and when he moved, we decided to move with him and continue that good relationship.
And improve facilities. I mean, it's big. I mean,
it is.
There's a world of difference. And I'm not trying to knock Chattanooga Central because, I mean, they do have decent facilities for the most part. But when you compare Chattanooga Central to Ridgeland, there's a world of difference there. Maybe a couple galaxies.
And it saves us money, too, because we don't have to be down there on Thursday night painting for 3 and 4 hours. So, I mean, it's all around, man. It was just, it shined, and we had to jump on it.
And field conditions, I mean, it's actually better for the athletes out there as well, because at Chattanooga Central, being all grass, you tend to have more injuries.
Exactly. And, the rain, the weather, all that stuff, man. It's
especially in the summer.
Yeah, like in the summer, you never know when that rain shower is going to come. So, we had a couple games last season when it rained for a whole week, and then we played on Saturday. And then, at this level again, you have to go back and you have to be cautious because we butt up right next to that high school season. So we never wanted to tear up, their field for them prepping up. So it made sense, man. And we jumped all over it when that happened.
Now, I know one of the biggest question marks that you've had to deal with is the quarterback situation. Where do we stand a week out?
We narrowed it down. We actually released the final depth chart last week to all the guys. And we're going to roll with Sam Caffey for week 1. We got some good initial signs from our other guy, Colby, who went down with a pretty serious, concussion. We're hoping that he might be back for week 1. So it's up in the air. We're actually going to go see a doctor tomorrow, and we'll get the final verdict on that. But you might even see him get some snaps. So
wow,
yeah, we're hoping.
I didn't think we were going to be seeing that for a while.
Yeah. It's it's kind of up in the air. I'm holding a big weight on my shoulders right now with that one. So we're going to go see the doctor and see what they have to say, and we'll go from there.
Okay. How much relief would that be on you and your assistants in having Colby available?
Just to have Colby on the sidelines with us in a uniform, even if he's not starting, we rode with him last year. He got us to the championship game. Colby's just a warrior. He's a great guy to be around. He's a leader. The guys rally around him. They like him. They respect his game. And even from the playing standpoint aside, it's just good to see him getting back to where he was, getting back to, be able to play this game again. Because, when it first happened, we sat there that night and discussed if he'd ever play. We had never seen anything like that. I had never, so I've been playing football since I was 6, and I've never seen anything happen like that. So it's just good to see him be able to be out there with us.
What can you say about Caffrey?
Sam started a couple of games for us last year because we tried to make the transition into Colby at receiver because we thought that maybe his best way out of here to get, hopefully get paid and later down the road in a further organization would be at receiver. But a couple things didn't shake up. Sam ended up moving to receiver, and I think he actually ended up number 2.
Yeah, and he ended up having a really good year.
He had a great year at receiver. So we flip-flopped those 2 guys last year. But Sam had some games with us last year, threw the ball really well. The one thing that I think Sam brings to the table, not saying that Colby doesn't, but the one thing that Sam brings to the table, he doesn't really turn the ball over. He kind of tends to get lazy with his feet sometimes, but for the most part, he's a very capable backup.
All right. So with that being said, sounds like there's a lot of positive feedback, I guess, coming in where quarterback, where you were really sweat that game with the danger up until this point. Sounds like could come through as good, if not better, than what it was before.
It's great to have, 1 to 2. And that's especially at this level, man. We have 3 guys that can go with that position that I fully trust. And the other one is Greg Rivers, who you'll see get some reps this Saturday in the exhibition game. A lot of teams don't have that luxury. A lot of teams are lucky to find 1. Right. So, we have 3 that are fully capable of letting it go, and they all know the system. They all bring something different to the table.
Now, I know defense, even in the game against the Danger, really shined. I mean, they saved your bacon a few times.
Several times. It happened several times last year.
I don't want to jump on the bandwagon, but I mean, that was very apparent. And then we have someone like you doing the play calling on the offense. The offensive line, I mean, they were a little shaky.
They were bad. There's no way around it.
I'm not trying to be positive here.
I mean, I'll be positive too. I mean, at the end of the day, they were bad in that game, but they're going to bounce back this week. I got a lot of confidence in those guys. I think it's going to be a fun one for them this week.
Is there any side bet with you and your defensive coordinator?
Always. Me and Elrod. I mean, Elrod's a great guy. I mean, he does a really good job. He's got those guys flying around. They respect him. He respects them. So they work. They click on that side.
But we were going to see a lot better work coming out of that O line, right?
If we don't, I probably will lose my job. So yeah, we're going to have to.
Okay. I can see the GM going before you.
Well, that's probably true.
Yeah. Special teams, you do have somewhat of a kicking game.
It's going to be, you're going to see a good kicking game this week.
Really?
Oh yeah. We got to.
Are you hiding something?
No, I'm going to let it go this week. You're going to see every bit of it. We're going to kick extra points this year. It's going to be nice. He's good. I feel comfortable if we
soccer style.
He played at UTC.
I think so. Yeah.
I think he was.
Who are we talking about?
His name's Patrick Honan.
Yeah, he's
okay.
He's come out. We've actually been doing field goals at our practice here lately, and I feel comfortable after we cross. He can probably make it from about 45 in, but I feel comfortable once we pass the 25-yard line. We're probably coming away with 3 points, so I feel pretty good about that. That'll be nice.
Weeks ago, though, you would have said that.
Never.
I mean, we talk quite a bit.
No.
I mean, mostly on Thursday nights, but I mean, just in our conversations, you weren't really too certain of your special teams.
No, special teams and that's not taking anything away from those guys.
Right.
But it's hard at this level. We get 1 to 2 practices a week, and obviously we hit the ground hard on offense and defense. And I mean, it shows. You just don't get that time that you need with special teams. When you're practicing 5 to 6 days a week, you can practice that and almost every day. We don't really have that luxury. So unfortunately, those guys pay the price. But when you get somebody like Patrick stepping in to be able to hold that ground, he can do his own thing. He knows what he's got to do, and he's going to do it. So we practice what we can, and then we move on, and he goes down there and does what he has to do.
So where do you feel there may be weak spots?
I mean, the D-line's going to have to take a step up. They're good. Don't take
more than what they have.
More than what they have. They have.
Really?
Yeah, they have to be better. You can watch film. I'm a big pig, so I mean, I'm gonna find the weak spot as much as I can. Just coming off of last season, we had that one, elite pass rush guy. This year, right now, we're looking for that elite pass rush. I'm hoping to find it this week because we're going to need it down the road. So I think if there's one, I don't want to say glaring weakness, but I think we're going to have to find that on the defensive side. On the offensive side, everything's up for grabs. I mean, the offensive line hasn't showed that they haven't played to their full potential. The quarterback position's obviously up in the air. We're going to have to see what he does. The running backs were against the danger. So there's going to be a lot of people, that get a lot of reps back there, and we're going to find out who's going to be the starter.
Now, I don't know if I've ever asked you this question, but do you try to play certain players on both sides?
We actually don't have a single player on both sides of football.
Huh.
No, we like to keep it fresh. I think that's one of the advantages that we have. You don't get that luxury at this level. We dress about 60 guys, so we try to keep it, one way, and we don't. I think it actually works better for us. I really do. I think it works better for us because those guys can rest up and have that time, so then they don't have to go both sides of the ball for
even with your
minutes.
Kick returners. Because I know you got 1 or 2 guys that can be explosive.
Yeah, special teams are a little different. We like our speed guys in the back, obviously, but we like our more athletic guys, up front. We don't want to put the big lineman and make a block in the open field. So we run all of our special teams a little bit different.
No, but I mean, what I'm saying is some of your kick returners may be in the backfield as running back or
you'll see some of that. And I think one of our top kick returners actually plays corner. So you see, we got to get the speed out there. So wherever that's receiver, running back, DB, whatever it is. So we'll put them back there with a hot hand.
Now, do you feel like that you're much speedier than what you were previously?
I feel like we have a lot more of it. I mean, last year we were fast. We were probably one of the fastest teams in the league, and it only got better this year. Our O-line is really athletic. Our D-line is really athletic. So I definitely think that's where we outmatch people because we're never the bigger, but we always get people with speed. So I think that's we use that to our advantage.
What do you know about the Tennessee Cobras? What are you going to be looking for to hold them back?
You're going to see a lot of unorthodox stuff from the Cobras. They'll get in the I formation. They'll get in the 4 wide. They'll throw all that stuff at you. So I look forward to seeing our guys react to what they do. We'll probably get some crazy formations out of them. Now, that's one of the things that you don't really get to prep for all that kind of stuff because you don't have the time for it. But, we'll see 4 wide. What are we going to do? How are we going to respond? And then you'll come down and see them packed in the box, and they'll try to run it down your throat. So it's going to be a really good test. On the defensive side, 4-3. It's a base 4-3, too high, and they roll down the safety sometimes. So, I mean, it is what it is on the defensive side. It's no trickery stuff.
So if you were to match up Cobra defense to our offense, what do you feel like that it's something that can be a breakthrough?
Yeah, I definitely think we're going to try and get the run game going a lot more. We're going to be run heavy, even in situations where we normally wouldn't throw the ball or run the ball. We're going to try and run it because I think, we're going to treat this game every bit of like we want to win. We're going to do everything we can to win, but we're going to do some stuff that is not really what we do. We're going to run the ball on 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. Normally we wouldn't do that. We want to see those guys get put in bad situations. So we're going to see how they respond. There's going to be a lot of, I don't want to say different play calling stuff, but it's going to be a different style coming out this week.
And that's all going to depend on partly with tomorrow's decision from the doctor.
Yeah. Colby, if he plays this week at all, if we go to the doctor tomorrow and he gets cleared, he won't play more than a series. Be a lot of quick stuff. It'll just be getting his feet back under him from week 1. He won't even have a chance to get hit. So you won't see anything. He'll get 1 possession max if he plays.
Where do you feel is like one of your biggest fears heading into this final exhibition game? I mean, I know losing would be that ultimate fear, but, worrying about whether or not potentially if Kobe got hurt on that 1 possession.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a possibility. Every snap is – so we preach to these guys, every snap could be your last. You never know when that final snap's going to be. There's only one person that holds that future. So, we're going to go out there. We're going to play our game. And, the biggest fear would definitely be an injury at anybody.
Mm-hmm.
We can't really we can't afford an injury on the O-line. We don't have enough depth up there that can step in and play that role for them. But we're not, jam-packed in the depth up front. So the biggest, if we roll in here on Saturday, the biggest, hit to us would be an injury up front.
Okay. How big of a game, even though this is an exhibition game, scrimmage, how big is it to beat the team from East Ridge?
It's everything. It's everything because this is recruiting battles, just like Dalton. This team is even closer than Dalton was.
Right.
So we actually had a 7-on-7 kind of play day with them earlier in the summer, or I guess spring.
Not summer yet.
Yeah, we had a
season's over already.
We had a little throw around with them, and we actually gained a player that came over from their team to us after that practice. So that just gives you a little bit of an idea how much that rivalry is there for the recruiting stuff. It's everything to win this football game, especially for the city, because a lot of times we're going to play on the same nights. And if we're both at home, which fan's going to come where? So, I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big deal to get out of there with a win this weekend.
All right. Now, Nick, I know we've only relegated you to maybe 2 paragraphs of speech here the entire night, which is unusual. We'll have you up in the booth with Nick and Keon and myself here on Saturday night, which will be, I think, a fun time. I can only imagine what that's going to be like.
Yeah,
you can't hear it down on the field.
But. No promises that I won't say some things I shouldn't about our coaching staff.
Well, we know it'll just be on one person because the other ones are good at what they do.
Yeah, they're really good. he knows if he throws any shade at anybody, it better be at me because I'm the only one that can take it. So.
That's a very true point.
But is on the other side of the operation. You're still looking for sponsors and everything.
Always.
How can they get a hold of you to find out how to be a part of this?
The best way to reach out to me or Hayden is through our Facebook page. And you just go to Chattanooga Eagles Football and you can message us. Also, you can message us directly, either one of us on Facebook, either Nick LaFew or Hayden Clark. You can always reach out to me on my phone as well at 423-774-1236. I'm happy to talk to anybody about partnering up and hopefully, having a fun season.
Now, tickets, they're not available for the general public except at the gate when you
Correct. Just because we feel like at this point, especially like I said, with the move and everything, that's something that next year we want to do. But we had kind of some more pressing issues trying to figure out exactly where we were going to play and what all we were going to get ready for this season. So I think season ticket wise, that's something to look forward to next year. But right now we're just going to do gate sales.
Okay. And of course, when they come, they can get some good food experiences.
Always. Yeah, definitely good food. Always gear. There's going to be gear there to Eagles gear to buy as well. We'll probably even have some of that set up on our end Saturday night. So
I don't know if we can do that, but I'm all down for it if we can.
Well,
we're going to do
awesome.
it.
Yeah.
We want to blanket this town with Eagles gear.
Yes.
I know,
Yes.
coming from a Cowboys fan saying that. Oh, boy. It just kills me. Why couldn't it have been easy? The CC, the Chattanooga Cowboys.
One of the coolest things I've seen since we started this organization, we were out one night. I was with my wife, and we were out one night. We went to elementary school and gave some shirts out to some kids, and one of the kids was running around in an Eagle shirt when we went out to eat, and that was awesome. That was really cool to see. So that made everything worth it.
All right, so this Saturday night. We'll be on the air at 6:45 and kickoffs at 7 p.m. So myself, Keon, and this guy over on the far right, known as Nick LaFew. That's him. All right. Join us. We'll have a great time. You'll enjoy the game. And come to the game. Bring a headset with you or earbuds or whatever. You can listen to it right here exclusively on Nooga Radio 92.7 FM, 95.3 FM HD4. The Clutch with Keon Rose is coming up next. So long, everybody.
Chattanooga Morning News.